Okay, real quick. Plan is to get you guys up to date on the air brakes, where we're at, and we'll show you guys as we're doing a little bit more. Hopefully, well, actually, I know. Hopefully, we're going to have these air brakes up and running and working, so we can actually move Sixsquatch without having to do stuff with the canister. So, all right. Well, have some fun, because we're going to get you up to date on this. We've been, I don't know, taking a vacation for a little bit. I think I'm 90% done there. I'm 50% done here. Well, kind of. This is just on temping it up, mocking it up. Because then this all has to come through bulkhead fittings and into here. And I'm trying to decide which way I want to do that. So we set up a temporary tank here for our main tank. We've got the two tanks, the primary tank and the secondary tank, functioning. And then I've just got it hooked up to air from the air compressor right now. And then it goes from here out to the side tank, out to the side tank, and primary in. And then I got a switch and I get a gauge on it. Okay. And then down here, I think there's some connections between the two valves bodies I have to do. I'm blowing air out back there. And then we still have to do the air tire system. We still got to do a remote tire fill system, that's the easy part. And we still got to get everything interconnected into the cab. And just like that, changed my plans again. Taking these 1/4 inch parts out. Put both of those in, took them both out. Now we're going to put this in right there. Try not to drop that and break it. Let's get some Teflon on this, or whatever this sealant is. Get the new one in. So we're changing size. We're going to a larger airline. Okay. Let's find and get our airline hooked up. Hopefully not let that thing fall. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I got airlines just everywhere, don't I? It's just a mess. This is all just temporary up, making sure the system will work correctly. And then we'll know how many airlines are going through the floor of the cab, and we'll be able to design it properly. And then just make everything up. Because we are making it up as we go. It's like, who cares, really, right? All right. I know it's not done, and I'm positive I'm going to have an air leak. But we're going to turn on some air to this and see what it does, and see what system on it, what part of it is not right. So that's the slider valve. Slider valve, we've got to get that hooked up right. Okay, which means back to the diagram and see what I screwed up and see how that slider valve is supposed to be hooked up. But I got 3 different diagrams I'm going by to try to make this system work right with some of the parts that I've got. So I don't know if I'm going to even need this slider valve here, because I've already got 2 lines run from each tank up to the park brake and the trailer brake. So with that, I really don't need the slider valve, because I'm getting air pressure back and forth from both of these to send up to it. But I've already got 2 lines, one from each of the tanks running up to it. So it should be good. So that whole thing that I'm dealing with might just come out. Let's give it some more air. I got air everywhere where I shouldn't. Not where I want it. One problem solved. The other thing is I gotta get the air pressure up all the way. Go hold that down.
Well, I've got one of the boring jobs. Gotta hold this button in the camera.
Is it holding or is it stay? Will it stay? It might actually stay. We might actually disengage the brakes. The parking brake is disengaged. So we can roll it. I still have a leak I can hear. Well, we got one successful thing. Parking brake's disengaged. We're going to test it. Mason, you should have seen me smile. We have some brakes. Okay. Mason, go press the brake pedal. Press it and hold it. Okay, stop. Let's do this. Let's take the wheel shocks out and let's roll it back and forth and hit the brakes. Okay, let's see. All right, go ahead and hit the brakes. Oh, they lock up good. Yeah. That's awesome. That's good. Okay, go do it again. Oh yeah, they lock up. We've got working brakes. Do it again. Do it again. Oh yeah. Okay, now pull the yellow button up.
What? The red one is up.
Okay, pull the yellow. I don't think I got the yellow one hooked up right. Okay, go ahead and pop the yellow one back in. Yeah, so I don't think I got the yellow one working right. Okay, so it's disengaging the parking brake, so it's opening them up and working right, but it's not re-engaging them right. So we've got air pressure going to the parking brake that we shouldn't have going to the parking brake. So we got to figure that out because it's keeping it open, and so that we can't disengage or can't lock up the parking brake. Oh yeah, they lock back up. So we're putting air pressure back in that we don't need. So I got to find and fix that problem. But our brakes are working with the brake pedal. That's what's cool. All right, so we got the deal is we can air up and we can use the brakes, but my parking brake won't engage until the entire system is out of air. So I've got regular air pressure going back to this diverter, whatever, the valve assembly back here, and not letting it disengage. So that's what we got to fix. Right now, we're bumping into the vise. We're going to get in here. What we're going to do is I'm going to trace out the lines and see what is giving my air pressure back. If I have to, I'll pull them off one at a time, cap them, and then we'll see what we can do. See if we can't get this thing solved and fixed. I had to run and go get some more plugs too, some more fittings. Okay, I mean, I still have a slew of fittings here and more over on the other one. But you'd think, and I've probably gone through twice this amount on this truck. Yeah. And figure $5 to $10 a fitting. Sometimes you get a package deal of $100 and something bucks. Yeah, luckily I'm reusing some old ones. It adds up in a hurry. You guys tell me, should I build my own system to fill my tires and figure out how to bypass this, or should I use this convoluted mess that the government uses? Because I could just put in some air gauges and some valves and some adjustment crap and everything else. Probably a whole bunch of stuff.
Just have it manually.
Basically manually do a manual so I can have a bleed off. I got to figure out how that thing's doing it though. And we'll have to test it and play with it either way. Because this looks like an air pressure sensor and then this is control to it. We could open this up and just see what it looks like. Maybe we'll do that. But you guys let me know. Should I build my own system and take another 6 months? No, just kidding. I'll put it off and I'll do the other critical stuff first. Maybe that's something we do after we get the truck running. Maybe we'll prep all the airlines and get everything ready. Or should we just go ahead and try to use that 24 volt system that the military had beforehand? All right, so what we're gonna do, I was just adding up what I need for park brake, tire, inflation system, and gauges. I think that's because all the brake pedal stuff goes through the firewall, so that's good. And I think I'm going to be putting the park brake and the trailer brake up where the radio used to be. I think so we'll do that. I think that's where that'll go. And then the gauges below, and then screens and other. I was like, I got a throw lever. Oh, I got the throw lever for the trailer parking brake. For the trailer brakes. That's got 2 more too. Where's that at? Hold on, I gotta find that. Going through. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 14. I need 14 penetrations through here. That's what I need. So, and I'm just going to throw one down there. I need you to get up. Out from underneath the front end, Mason. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this fat mat. Where I need to, I'm just going to cut the whole area out, and then I'll reapply. All right, so we're going to come out, we're going to come out to 1.5 inches off of this. Yeah, we're going to come out to 1.5 inches. Second row, I'm going to zigzag them back and forth. I can go 3.5. I want to make sure I can put them together. Let's go 3. Okay, now the question is, how far apart do they need to be? So this one, 1.5 inches to center. Okay, it's 1.5 inches. All right. Yeah. All right, so we've got this figured out. I need to get an ultrasonic parts cleaner. We'll clean these things off and order some more. Then we're gonna hook these things up, and we're gonna get everything at least temped into the cab, so we'll be able to, label everything, disconnect it, and get it in. Boy, we're actually making some progress. Mason, what do you think?
About what?
You got some black stuff on your nose. You must have just restocked the fire. Or you were picking your nose after restocking the fire. Okay, so we've got this next step taken care of. I mean, look, we've got a brake pedal in that works. All the gas pedals mounted. And then we're kinda. It's in place, the holes are drilled. There's a couple bolts holding it in. There's still a few more that's needed. We've got basically, I know it's kind of weird that we're putting all the airlines under here. It's going to come up underneath the seat. I've got tons of room under the seat. And then I'll put 45s on probably all of it, or 90s, probably 90s, and roll it up to the center underneath the center console. It's the best place, I think. That's why I'm planning it. That's the way we're going to do it. Okay.
I still don't have the permanent seat for it.
No, we don't. We have not decided what seat. I think I'm going to put a bench in here. But I don't know.
Well, if we're going to have a center console type thing.
But it's going to go out from underneath the bench and up. So the bench can then slide forward and backwards. So we'll mount the bench, slide it as far as we can. We'll design up the center console, and so it'll fit and work good. So we're not doing a manual, unfortunately. I wish. But also, I'm glad we're not. So that's taking care of that. This stuff is pretty well done. That I got to figure out what to do with. If we're going to keep it, lose it, what? This we've kind of got figured out. So we've got some slider valves we got to figure out a little bit better on too. And then we got to get the steering hooked up. Brakes are usually one of the last things, but this is such a nightmare on the brakes that I've never done before on air brakes that I'm like, yeah, I'm doing air brakes. I'm doing that. That's where we're at right now. So hopefully you enjoyed at least a little bit of an update on why we've been avoiding all of you. No, just kidding. Just a little busy. And remember, oh yeah, don't forget. So we got a couple little teasers here. Tell me if I should use the air fill system from the military or if I should build my own. And what is this? What is this we're building? Yeah, tell me. It's kind of ugly. And it's kind of big.
Done.
Yeah, it'll look good when it's done. All right, Mason, say bye, Mason.